So welcome back to another episode, and yes, the episode is called The Most Insane Video Game That I Played. And here's the thing, it is the most insane video game that I played. I played a lot of games on this channel and in my life over the years, but this game has hit me. This game hit me in a crazy way. I started to play it and I'm like, let's see what this is all about. And oh my god, my brain was blown out of my head. And I'm just gonna say the name of the game. It's called Romeo is a Dead Man. And to state, this is on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Yes, this is developed by Grasshopper and the famous Suda51. We all know him, right? I mean, I first was introduced to him with No More Heroes. And this was a phenomenal game back in the day. Another insane game, so we can see the influence for sure with Romeo is a Dead Man. And I played No More Heroes back in the day, and I loved it. I picked up the second game as well, and these games were really out there. They really were. They was some of the strangest games you could ever play. The storylines were whack, the characters were surreal, and for some reason, it all came together and worked. And he also worked on, I'm wearing it right now, Lollipop Chainsaw. And this was an over-the-top, gore, action extravaganza game. Brilliant stuff, strange story, and you can see how some of the ties in this game as well go into Romeo is a Dead Man.
What? I'll explain later. Hi, Romeo!
And I'll ask you guys, have you heard of this game, Romeo is a Dead Man? Have you played it? Or have you played the No More Heroes series? And what do you think about those games? Let me know down below. And I've got to say, I remember seeing the trailer for this game, and I got kind of excited because we haven't seen an over-the-top action game like this for a long time. And it kind of harkened back, as I say, to the good old days. But I started the game up and thought, okay, let's see what this game has to offer. And we begin with the start screen. And you're just sitting there looking at the TV and you're like, oh, look at this start screen. It's like an aquarium, this space aquarium that is surreal and super weird. Even my wife came in, she's like, what are you playing? What is this? And I'm like, it's Romeo is a Dead Man. And she's like, okay. And she sat down and her head as well exploded when I started to play this game. Now, I've written down a bunch of words to try to describe this game. When I was playing it, I kept writing down certain words to try to sum it all up because it's that surreal. And here are the words that I came up with, and these are not enough words. There's not enough because this game is way bigger than that. The words are claymation, B-movie, animation, 3D models, psychedelic, nightmare, sci-fi, drug-fueled, comic book storytelling, 8-bit, anime, The Matrix, art, and gore. And the list could go on and on and on. I don't even know if I could describe this game. I will do my very, very best, but let's start with the difficulty setting, which you begin with as well. Even that is surreal. And what's funny about the difficulty setting is you're picking from different chocolates. And I sat there and I'm like, this is so imaginative. This is so surreal and so interesting and so different. And that's what I gotta say. This game is so very different. So I guess we'll start with the story. If I can even get through this. The story is it's a tricky one. You play as Romeo Stargazer. And right in the beginning of the game, you're killed and you're brought back to life by your grandfather. And the really weird thing is, your grandfather ends up on the back of your jacket.
I'm on your back!
It's kind of like the head for Juliet in, Lollipop Chainsaw, who's always talking to you. You have that kind of presence there with your grandfather on your back. It's just a really weird moment.
This place just kind of screams out end of the line, huh?
Definitely. The singularity counter's off the charts.
We need to stay alert.
And what has happened is space-time has broken down, and now you become a space-time agent, which is like an FBI agent, and you're trying to track down your girlfriend, Juliet. And yes, this is where we get into the Romeo and Juliet tie-in here. That your girlfriend is Juliet, you're Romeo, and she's not quite what she seems to be, and she keeps turning into these monsters and attacking you, and it's crazy. And a lot of the opening story is told to you with these opening cinematics, which are like American comic books.
Romeo's life is saved. That's right. He becomes a dead man who lives. Romeo was reborn as Dead Man.
They're super well done. They're super well done. But when the game starts and they're starting telling you the story of what's happening, you're like, I don't even understand what's going on here. None of this makes any sense. They just kind of throw you in, and they don't really explain things. Then they over-explain things, and then you're like, okay. And I think with this game, you're always trying to hang on to reality, the reality of your own brain, and trying to make some sense out of what is going on.
It's amazing. I can feel it flowing through me.
I'll explain later. Follow that creature. This whole town is in trouble. Use this. You're really gonna feel it now.
And there's so much storyline stuff in the beginning, and I'm like, okay, like what's the game about? And then the game begins, and it's a real hack and slash style of adventure at its heart. So you can use swords, do different combos, hack and slash your enemies up. That's a great amount of fun. You also have various guns, and you can use the guns to shoot the enemies that are far away, and you can also shoot their weak points. And then the bit that I really like is that you can build up your meter, I think through their blood, which is so weird, to unleash a super insane attack that's almost like disco as you're taking out the enemies. So a lot of the main gameplay is running around hacking and slashing enemies and fighting gigantic bosses on the screen. And also going into like some subworlds that are really weird, like something out of the Matrix, that are like entering like a crazy fever dream. It's surreal when you enter into these things, and they're so cool. I really, really like the subworlds as you're running around on these little green kind of like squares that kind of move as you're running on them. And it's strange. It's really, really weird, but super fitting. And then all of a sudden, you go to kind of like your hub world, which is an FBI spaceship floating around in like time space. It's weird. I'm like, okay, I'm on a spaceship now? Okay. And then all of a sudden, you get into the spaceship, and it's not what you expect. All of a sudden, it's an overhead RPG 16-bit game. And I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Like, this is so weird, and you're running around talking to people. And I gotta say, when you run up to the characters, it's so neat to see their profile pics. It's really, really neat. There's so many different styles in this game. There really is. So we have all this 3D stuff, we have this comic book stuff, we have this 8-bit stuff, and it all kind of jives together in this really surreal way. And so you're running around this ship, and you're talking to different characters, doing different quests for them, whatever they need to do, also steering the ship at times. You play a lot of different mini games, and while you're in there, you can upgrade all of your abilities. Even at one point, you're planting seeds that are growing zombies. I don't even know. I don't even know. The game just kept happening. It just keeps happening, and you just keep playing it and going, okay, I'll go with it. I don't understand all of this stuff. It's weird, it's kind of strange, but it's interesting. And I'm still making my way through the game, but I hear there's 8 chapters. And it's a fascinating experience, to say the least. Even at one point, you're on the spaceship, and you get on your bike, and you blast off to this new place that you have to explore. And I'm just like, well, of course, that's what we do. And I gotta say, the graphics are amazing in this game. They really, really are. Every little piece of the puzzle fits together and doesn't fit together. gotta say that this game won't appeal to everybody, and it's a really strange recommendation. I'd say if you know Suda51's games, you'll be right at home here. You'll embrace this surreal strangeness. You'll love it. But for everybody else, a lot of people will be like turned off this game. And that's what I gotta say, because it's so weird. It's so weird. But I say this, in our world of games that sometimes are very samey, this game is not that. It's the absolute opposite. And I think in that, it's a triumph. I do. I think this is up there as one of my games of the year. And I'm still playing this game. I'm still making my way through it. But it's there as one of the games of the year. Because it's doing such different things. And you know what? I like different things. And I like brand new concepts. I like things that shake it up and make me go, what? What is happening? What happened there? I don't believe this. It was funny because my wife's like, I don't know if this game is too much for me. It was just too much for her. She just thought it was so weird. And I was like, I turned to her and I said, this is why I like it, because it is so strange. Guys, what do you think of this game? Is it up your alley? Or you're like, nope, it's not for me. It really is for people who have played some of his earlier games like No More Heroes. You'll feel right at home. And you know what? No More Heroes came out in a time where video games were doing some very different things at that time. A lot of experimental games were coming out, I should say. And No More Heroes was one of them. And this is one of those games they've taken a chance on. And they've done something so unique. Will it catch on? I hope it does. One thing that I do know, right now, there's only a digital version of the game, but in the future, there's going to be physical copies released. I will be there day one to support this game because I applaud efforts like this. And it does so many different things. And the thing I haven't talked about is the game is fun. The game is fun. I like the hack and slash mechanics of it all. I like the boss encounters. I like running around. Even going to a save and you stick your head in the save. I love that. I think it's so unique. Everything in this game is doing something different. And I like it. I think the graphics are really good. I think the sound and music are really good. The voice acting is really good. A lot of the narration is really good. The character interactions are wild. This entire game is crazy. It's crazy, and it works. It works in so many different levels. And I was playing the game last night, and I'm like, I've got to come and talk about it. I got to come and talk about it because we don't see many games like this. And I as I say, I applaud the effort. So, guys, have you played Romeo is a Dead Man? Are you going to play it? Let me know down below. So, anyways, guys, until next time.